All right, welcome to the next episode of Discipline, Desire, and Dedication. My name's Dakota Lang, along co-host Landon Hoffman.
Yes, sir.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Doing good, man. Appreciate, happy to be on. Happy
Yeah.
to be out here in Austin again. This is kind of where my door-to-door journey started, was here in Austin,
Yeah,
Texas.
that's what we had Doug on earlier, Doug Cartwright, and
Okay.
and he said the same thing. He said he started with Vivint down here in Austin.
Yeah, it's like, Texas is the melting pot, I feel like. It's kind of where summer sales started or things like that. But yeah, it's kind of where I got started, was down here, so it's good to be back.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Brings back some old memories, huh?
Some good and some bad for sure.
Yep.
Right. That's for dang sure, yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, let's just jump right into it, bro.
Cool.
Kind of just give a little backstory on who you are as a person, where you're from, and pretty much how we got here today.
Yes, sir. I'm from Boise, Idaho. Then grew up in Utah. Kind of lived the whole, suburban lifestyle, right? Just kind of grew up in South Jordan, Utah. Played, football, basketball, all the sports. Went to high school. Ended up serving a 2-year church mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And kind of went there. Came back. I served in Reno, Nevada, so just right next to Utah. Got back to Utah and, just started doing school. Found out that, if you fail a lot of classes in school, they kind of kick you out.
Yeah.
And I had no other way to make some money or to turn, so I started in door-to-door sales.
And door to door.
Yeah, that's kind of my little 30-second elevator pitch.
Yeah. So as
Yeah.
far as your child, Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Boise, Idaho, and
Yeah.
then when did you move to?
I was
Utah?
young. I was real young, so I just like to say I'm from Boise, just so I'm not like, oh, I'm just from Utah.
Yeah,
at least two places, right? But no, yeah, just super young. Came to Utah just when I was like an infant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as growing up, I know you said you played a lot of sports and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Do you think that sports was a big help for you, in your life today, as far as like the structure, the accountability, and stuff?
100%. Yeah, I went to a high school like with a football coach that was kind of by the book. If you're 5 minutes early, you're late type of thing, right? And so it was super cool. It's helped me a lot with the structure, but also just competing. Like this job, what we do is a sport. 110%, I believe that. And like if you go out every day and compete with your colleagues, but then if you even think about it on a deeper level, I compete with the customer at the door. I'm competing to have 30 more seconds, to have another minute, right? And that's what's really helped me, is just the whole aspect of like competing, which I love about this job.
Oh yeah, I always say that door-to-door sales is the professional of sales. You know
100%.
what I mean? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you go through that. Let's talk about growing up. Right.
Yeah.
So growing up, where was like entrepreneur like a big thing for you, or were you kind of like, oh, I'm gonna go to college, get a degree? Well,
Exactly. So my dad is the first ever college graduate from his family.
Okay.
And so he kind of grew up, he always told us a story that, he was so hungry one time he ate corn syrup, right? And so kind of sad, but he just really grinded school, really grinded that, and, it's worked out really well for him. And so he was like a traditional 4 years of college, got a scholarship, got his degree, has a good 9 to 5, and that's all I knew. My uncle growing up was like, hey, dude, once you're really talkative and outgoing, you'd be a good salesman. Once you get your degree, come work for me, we'll hire you. So I kind of had a little plan set up for myself. But I kind of found out that, freedom is something I want. I like my time. Time is like the biggest asset someone can have. And I'm knowing that more and more as I'm having a kid coming around here in about a month. I just got married a few months ago. And I'm learning that time is my biggest asset, and it can't do that for me. A 9 to 5 is not. That's wasting my time, I found out. And the best way to kind of speed up that process, I found out, was learning a skill, which is sales, and learning another skill, which is rejection, right? You can learn those two skills. You can be a really good salesman and get a lot of time for yourself. And now I can go. I've started other ventures. I've started other things that now I have time to do.
Right.
And so that's what I've loved about it.
Yeah, and what you said growing up, it was your uncle that said that you come work for him?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. He was a pharmaceutical rep.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if that's even the right term anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but it
Yeah,
was
medical sales or something like
exactly
that. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, and it was kind of like, oh, 150K a year, 100K a year. You'll start at 70, but you'll work your way up. And dude, that was like giving me like, oh yeah, like But found out short when the real world slaps you in the face that that
Yeah,
might not be
100K
enough.
don't go far at all for sure. Yeah, so you go through that. Let's talk about your college experience. So you got this bright idea that you're gonna go. I'm assuming you're gonna go into pharmaceutical sales, get your degree.
Exactly. So I think it doesn't. So it's funny. It's so twisted because they just say, hey, as long as you get a degree, come work for me. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't like I could have got a degree in freaking whatever, dude. But it just and when I was there, I kind of lost sight of school, kind of had some fun, partied a little bit. Yeah. Ended up playing rugby for the school. I was a big athlete, like I said, and ended up playing some rugby and just kind of not worrying about school. What happened was I failed math 1050. That's like the basic college algebra. I failed it 3 times. Yeah. After the 3rd time, I'm just like, told my dad, I'm like, hey, I can't do it anymore. Yeah. And so that was kind of my college experience was like, hey, I'm gonna go get this degree, have some fun. But then I kind of focused on the fun and just it wasn't a big priority for me. And because the thing how it works is with my pest control sales, that's what I do. It's a summer job. So hey, go work for 4 months, and then the 8 months your college is paid for, and you just go out and have fun, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I did. But then I was like, wait, I can. What if I work for like 6 months and then I actually like try to build something for the other 6 months and just not go to school? Mm-hmm. And I slowly started getting that mindset, and that's kind of what set me off. I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't need this. Yeah. Like, this is the biggest lie I've ever been told in my life is that you need college to be successful.
Well, you know what really opened my eyes, I guess you can say, and you kind of hit it right here, because I got a 4-year general studies degree, right? So I was working at United Reynolds. I did like a inside sales rep training and stuff like that, and they say like to be an outside sales rep in this day and time, like previously you didn't have to have a degree, but now you do. Right? They want you to have a degree, and they said the same thing. They don't care what bachelor degree. I can have it in fucking nursing, right? You know what I mean? And I can go be a sales rep at United Reynolds, and that just whenever it really didn't hit home.
You scratch your head.
Yeah, maybe like what but I guess it's more of the aspect of they want to see you finish it. But in my opinion, I would rather send me to a 4-year program of sales, what I'm going to go into, and make that a requirement rather than just go get whatever you want to do and go learn about science and maybe a little bit of art, and you can come sell. You know what I mean? Don't really make any sense. So
it cracks me up. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but a lot of people get caught up in that, right? Yeah. A lot of people, growing up, I was always preached, go to college, get you a degree, get you a good job, a lot of benefits, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're going to, good 401k. But in reality all that is that's just to give you enough just so that you can just, stay there and be comfortable.
Exactly.
And talk about, so after you make that transition, right, and you're like, you failed this algebra class 3 times, you're like, eventually, fuck this, what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this no more.
100%.
What was your dad? What was the reaction that you had whenever you came home? You're like, I'm done.
My mom, of course, was supportive. She was like, okay, well, whatever you think. Because I've been doing well, right? Mm-hmm. And so she was kind of didn't really care. I wouldn't say she was on board, but my pops, he was, of course, he's still upset about it. He still wants me to go back to school. Just get your degree, man. But he's okay with it now. But at first it was totally like, dude, what are you doing? All these, you're gonna, he was saying like, yeah, it's fun right now, but dude, in 5-10 years you'll be, maybe sorry. But I just took it as, I've never been upset at my dad for it, because that's like, you gotta remember, that's all he was taught, that's what saved him from, being very poor. And so I understand it and I really respect it. So I've never been mad at my dad for that. But it's always been like a little motivation for sure.
Yeah. Do you feel like, because I think I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. Do you feel like, because my parents, my dad has like a technical degree or whatever, and they've always preached college. Do you feel like times have changed now where college degrees are not as valuable as they used to be?
1,000%. Now, there's no this is what I always tell people, because I do have a lot of people, just getting back from their church missions, or they're 18 years old. Well, dude, what should I do? Should I go to college? Yes, if you have nothing going on. If you aren't getting into sales, if you don't have a career picked out that you want to do or anything like that, then yeah, go to college, go network, go meet some people, go have some fun, go live by yourself. And that's something big in yourself. There are good things about college that I will go tell, but dude, if you're in sales, if you already have a vision of what you want to do, that's like the biggest way. That will be the biggest reason that your dreams don't come true. Right? Because these young years of our lives, it's like the most important to build. And you can't waste 4 years at college when you already know what you want to do. You're just literally pausing 4 years of your life. Right. And so now, of course, if you're a doctor or whatever, get your degree. But if not, then you probably don't need it. Right.
Yeah. And whenever you went through that, so you made the decision, hey, school's not for me. How did you get introduced into the door-to-door space?
So I feel like everyone in Utah always has, kind of a story where they know somebody, and like my third cousin's neighbor dude went out and made $200K in 3 months, man, going crazy. I didn't know anyone like that. I just knew, I'm like, yeah, I've heard summer sales is cool, but they're kind of like, the tools of the school, or, I was gonna say another word, but whatever, and like no one, they're just like, oh, they're cocky, whatever. But then when I get older, I'm on my mission, and I was in this ward or congregation, this super, super nice family. She was so humble. Like, she's the most humble lady ever. Her kid actually went out and made $500,000, and I had no idea. He was 20 years old. She's like, oh, like, Landon, I think you would be like good at this, like summer sales. That's all I've heard of it. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, my son, he's done it. He's pretty good at it. That's all she said for like 2 months. Yeah, but you should talk to him. He's just pretty good. And then I ended up talking to him, and he's like, yeah, dude, I just made $500,000. I'm like, what? Couldn't believe it. That was my first introduction of it. I was on my mission. So I get back, and my brother.
Hold on, what part of your mission did he tell you this? Were you like a year in?
Yeah, no. So you know a little bit about it then, the missions and stuff.
Yeah,
like they're 2 years and stuff. Cool. So I was probably 15 months in, I think at the time, like 16 months. And so like I just put it in my back pocket for the last like 8 months of my mission. I'm like, dude, that's fire. And I get home from my mission, and my brother's doing it. I had no idea. And he's like, dude, come with me, yada, yada. And so I ended up going out, loved it. And then I was still halfway in. That's another story, but that's how I got into it. Just got off my mission. My brother's like, hey, just come out and join me. And I was like,
Whenever you got told on your mission, whenever this random kid just told you that he, made $500K, how did you compose yourself and make you stay into the moment instead of constantly trying to look forward to that? Because were you committed to that? Were you like, dude, I'm going to do this? Like, there's no other option.
No, 100%. So when I saw that, I'm like, well, on my mission, like, it's a different type of, you're not there for the money and anything like that. So I was never like, oh, I just want to go home and go start making money. It was like just a good experience to where I didn't want to rush it and stuff. But as soon as I got home, I wanted to build a business. I wanted to do all these things. I didn't have any cash.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, summer sales, I think, is the move. Like, I have to do it. And I was like, whatever the stigma is, whatever people say, like, I'm just going to go out and do it. Yeah.
So you come back, you get into summer sales. How was that process? Did you like start calling? You said you knew.
So I just knew somebody, and that's how it is. If you live in Utah, and if you can go 1 month without getting hit up after your mission of like, hey, bro, come sell, like, that's crazy.
I think that is mind blowing to me.
Oh, dude.
Because being from Louisiana,
you're from Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana. Me and Garrett both, right? And the long story short, he moved to Utah, started the corporate. They opened up the Denver office. He recruited me. I came into Denver and then built that up. And then now I took over Austin. And then eventually I'm going to move to Utah as a regional.
You're moving to Utah soon.
Probably about the end of this year, first of next year.
Oh, that's cool. You excited?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm pumped, bro.
You already been looking at real estate out there, or no?
No, I haven't been looking at real estate or anything like that. Just making sure that I got to get there.
Yeah.
And by the end of this year, first of next year, I'm gonna get there. And I've been there twice for our company meetings. Performance Windows, our company conferences there. And lived in Denver for right at a year, so I love that.
Yeah.
And then I just came down here to take over this branch and build it up, and then I'm gonna spin offs here soon.
That's awesome. One of my best reps I've recruited. He's from the boot. That's what he called it, Louisiana. Yeah. He's from Hammond.
Hammond.
Yeah, he's a freaking dog.
Yeah.
He knew nothing about door-to-door sales. First day, he goes and rips 7, and then had a 10-day the next day. And these dudes from Louisiana don't play.
Yeah, he's saying it, dude. So when I got here in Performance Windows in March of 2023, it was me, Garrett Cotton, and a guy named Dylan Kerfassi. He was 20 years old, and me and Garrett were pledge brothers. We went to a Southeastern Louisiana University, which is a college in Hammond.
Oh, right? Really? Okay.
Yeah, in Hammond, and we were in a fraternity called Kappa Alpha Order, right? We were pledge brothers. And in March of 2023, I got up there to Denver, and now to this day, we have probably high 50s in our downline in 2 years.
Jeez.
So, yeah, completely. And we got people from Louisiana scattered across the country, and it stemmed from me and Cotton down up there in Denver.
Yep. Louisiana's the gold mine, huh?
Yeah, we just been
slept on.
And the thing is that now they see us like. I went to school. Some of the people that I brought in, like I graduated high school with these dudes. You know what I mean?
So do you guys go back to that the colleges and high schools and kind of like recruit there then, or no? Or do you guys
at this specific point where I'm at? No, but that is in the future, right?
Eventually,
but right now, you know what I mean, like. We're calling people. We'll talk to people. People see me on social media, and they're like, dude, I was in the bar partying with this dude, getting drunk, at the Brown Door, hammering shots of vodka. And he's out here, hitting ice plunge in the morning, cold plunge, you know what I mean, working out. And they see how it's changed my life. And success attracts people, whenever you're successful, people want to, be a part of that. They want to see how you do it. And a lot of our recruiting now is just people reaching out to us.
That's like the number one thing I had to learn with recruiting is you can go chase all these people and recruit them, but they'll never be your best reps, right? The people that you attract, those are the reps that are going to stay. Those are the reps that are going to actually be really good and want to mimic your success. That's like the number one thing I found out, which I love, is just literally if you can attract by posting, by doing, good habits, by being a really good salesman, making lots of money.
Yeah, being a good person.
Exactly.
Yeah, being a good person, constantly focusing on your personal development. People want to be a part of it.
100%, yeah.
So I want to get back on the recruiting topic, what you hear in a minute. But so you go into the pest control.
Yep.
Right. You go into your pest control. Kind of talk about your experience when you first got jumped into that. Yeah. As far as like your first summer, was it what you expected? Were you caught off guard, and how did you continue that success?
So when I first got out there, it was just like my first day of school. You're excited, giddy. And I ended up just getting selling 4 my first day. And I was pricing people crazy high, apparently. I had no idea. And people were like, how are you selling? Because in pest control, when I started, or at my company, the average contract, if you had a high contract, it was like 700s. But I was throwing like $900, $1,000 contracts. I just had no idea.
Yeah.
And so as soon as someone told me that, though, that my contracts were high, I started going lower, right? And so that's my number. If I had a successful first summer, I was out there excited, happy, giddy, selling a lot, had some bad days. But the number one thing that I would change of my first summer is just blocking out all the noise. Just who cares what people say? Don't take tips from anyone but the best salesman in the office. Seriously, that's because everyone else, they will bring you down, right? And that's just unfortunately how a lot of sales offices and cultures are. But that was my first summer experience. Really good, really fun, but also it wasn't I had more left on the plate. That's why I wanted to come back and do a second summer. But yeah, that was my first summer experience.
Do you feel like tell me from your perspective, do you feel like, I'm going to say the word weaker reps, right? Less productive reps.
Sure.
Do you feel like less, because I'm going to go back to this price thing that you're talking about. Do you feel like weaker reps or less productive reps always go towards and attract to the new people for that energy like that? Or do you feel like the top reps are usually the loudest in the room?
You know what's funny? The offices I've been around, I've been a lot in like pest control, fiber, everything like that. The highest producers are always the quietest. 100%. They stay in their lane. They usually don't have the biggest downline. They just kind of have one or two guys and they just kind of stay in their lane. Now I don't know why the reps that are the mediocre ones or maybe the lower tiered ones always attract to the new guys. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe they just.
Well, I'm just saying that in a perspective of what you're saying is you're selling these high and you're selling.
Right.
They're buying.
Right. Yeah. I and like it was my manager that really told me that.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, why are you selling it so high? I remember my first contract. He walked in there and price dropped them. I was like, he was ready to sign. He's like, yeah, but since you're military, we'll give you another 100 off. I was like, I literally after I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I didn't want to do that. He's like, oh, well, that's just what we do. I was like, huh? Like, and there's a reason that the contracts are low there.
Yeah, and a lot of new reps or a lot of new reps or even mediocre reps, they're so scared of the price, right? And I preach in my office is price is never the problem, right? It's the value. Right. Did you build enough value to where that price is worth it to them, right? And in your instance, obviously you did. He was ready to sign, but now that you dropped the price, you devalued what you just built.
Exactly. And the thing is customers value transparency, trust, right? Yep. That's what customers value. So if you are just transparent about your price and you give it, you know, have a high price and you are transparent, they trust you that, you know, you're actually are going to provide with their service. They don't care what the price is.
Yep.
They don't care.
Yep.
They actually, most like in Austin, people don't mind paying $200 more a year for you know, or whatever it is. And so it just actually, when you price drop so much, it actually loses a lot of trust. They don't see you as very transparent.
Yeah. Well, if you can drop it 5,000,
well, then drop it 5,000 more.
Yeah, drop it 5,000 more. Yeah. What so how long did you do pest control? Are you still doing it? What are you doing now?
So good question. So I ended up doing pest control so I just finished my third summer doing pest control. Since then I've kind of opened up. It's like a marketing agency, but it's door-to-door marketing. So we just get contracted from other companies in pest control, in internet, and we're looking right now to maybe add like some HVAC services or get into like solar and stuff. We're just trying to build as much relationships with these companies, and they contract us out, and we go out and sell for them. And we're kind of building that right now with just fiber, internet, and pest control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your biggest challenge with that?
Right now my biggest challenge is. That's a good question. Working with these internet companies, they're just a pain in the ass. They're kind of stupid.
Yeah. Don't know how to sell.
They just aren't used to having door-to-door guys, and they, like, for example, there was a company that ended up just pulling in fiber internet. They give you leads or addresses, okay? Because it's kind of funny. One side of the street can have the fiber internet, but the other side doesn't. Kind of weird, right? And so they give you leads, and they just pulled all of our leads like a day before a blitz. Oh, like we're getting ready to go. Next thing I know, the internet company, we're pulling all your leads because you guys knocked in an area you weren't supposed to. Right? There's just a bunch of weird like red tape, yellow tape things with these internet companies that if you mess up, they will just take the leads from you.
Right.
It's just different. I'm in pest control sales. They'll, hey, you just go out. It's the Wild West, motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
You go out and ball out. And here there's just a lot more, it's not the Wild West of employment with these guys. It's actually their structure. There's this. You can't go do what you want, which has been challenging for us, but we're still figuring out. And what I've said is I think fiber internet's like the gold rush of door to door right now. It's like, there's so many sales. You walk up there and they're like, oh, we've been waiting for you. Yes, we need fiber internet. Let's do it. So that's been fun, right? But it's just always a challenge learning a new sell at the door.
Yeah, and probably a totally different approach. Yeah. What would you say with the pest? So you sold pest control, you sold fiber.
Yeah.
Those are the only two?
Yeah, those are the only two. My first ever door-to-door was actually in Windows.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I forget who I sold for. But I know a bunch of people, by the way, at Performance. I know he's over there in Pleasant Grove now. It's Amoni Kaili. I don't know if you've heard the name. I think he just started over there. But he's been killing it, I think. I kind of see his Instagram stories. And then I know he played football over with my brother, Jared Tupou. I don't know if he's still over there.
He's in Phoenix now. So Tupou was actually a closer in the Denver office whenever I started.
Okay, yeah.
And then he left, went to another window company, and now he's back in our Phoenix office.
Okay, and then the Angelos.
Kaleo was my market owner in Denver whenever I started. Yeah,
I know his younger brother well. Yeah. Amanaki, I think. Naki.
Yeah.
Does he knock at Performance? No,
I don't think so.
I just was curious.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure like whenever I was in Denver and Kaleo was still there, he was like coming back from his mission or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever met him.
Yeah.
But those guys, Kaleo has a very interesting story. Kaleo's actually been on our podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Kaleo. Kaleo came in, so it's pretty cool. Kaleo was the market owner in Denver.
Okay.
Right. Cotton went with it. Cotton was a knocker whenever they opened up the Denver office. He followed Kaleo, right? Okay. And I started in March. So whenever it was me, Cotton, and then Dylan, he kind of seen us build this whole Louisiana pipeline through Performance Windows.
That's cool.
So yeah, he kind of seen. I mean, you think about it, in 2 years we went from 3 dudes, me, Cotton, and Dylan, to now we're mid-50s.
That's awesome.
Mid-50s. Probably by the end of the year we'll be 65, 70 people in our download.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Steady growth, right?
Steady growth. Yeah. And it's more about the. We keep growing, but it's more about changing lives, bro. Like, I see people that come in and they see how much my life has changed, and then they come in and, we look back on memories, what we were doing, in college, and both of our lives have changed. You know what I mean? And 100%. That's what this industry is about to me. The door-to-door is just changing lives, bro.
100%. Because there comes a point where you're in it for the money. Mm-hmm. And then it slowly changes, it's like, I made the money. Now it's like, you get to see all your homies from Louisiana actually, get a glimpse of hope again, and go actually like make something for themselves, change some lives. My buddy from Louisiana that we helped, or that he put on, he came out, dude, he made 60, 70 grand his first summer, right? Mm-hmm. That was life-changing for him. But dude, he's like on his third strike, can't get a job, neck tats, right? Like, he literally cannot get another job, right? And so he just either trades on the stock market and loses all his money, or he has to come and sell, knock doors. And it's been really cool to kind of watch his situation that wasn't the best, now to kind of flip that overnight. And I'm actually going to go see him tonight. Yeah. Here, he's driving down.
Yeah, you know what else is cool about the door-to-door space, and you can kind of bounce on this on like pest control and fiber and stuff like that, but really seeing like you're talking about, people that, have neck tattoos, maybe don't have the best past,
right?
Maybe got locked up, had to serve time and made a bad decision. Right. And the thing is, what we do is everybody has the same opportunity, right? Hard work and grit, right? Hard work pays off. You come 100%. In there ain't no difference between me and you. We the same people. You know what I mean? But if we come in here and, listen from the leaders in the door-to-door space, like nobody's going to judge you from all different backgrounds to where you can come and be successful, know? And one thing I'll say, maybe so Performance Windows, it's black and white, right? There's no gray area. It's not like, you come up to me and Dakota, I've been working hard. I should be a closer now. No, we have requirements that once you hit those requirements, boom, you're a closer. Is that kind of similar to pest control? Or fiber?
Yes and no. If you go to a company, like a bigger company that's like has structure like like a performance window, there are certain, to hit a certain tier, you have to do X production, right? X plus Y equals Z or whatever, right? So to become a team leader or a manager or a regional, like I ended up becoming a director of sales. It goes manager, team leader, director of sales, regional, and then VP. I was a director of sales, and it's just all about downline. That's all they really care about. I mean, there's a little production you have to hit, but it's, service 100K to be a team leader, and then service 150K to be a director of sales, all these things, right? And so, there's a little bit, but like here with I am now, like my company's really small, and we're just, we only have, in fiber, we have about, I guess in fiber, we're not small. We have 58 people, and then in pest control, we have about 15.
Okay.
Fiber's really easy to recruit though. In Utah, I can make a post on my Snapchat or my Instagram story and say, hey, I need reps to knock here. And I'll have 15 reps immediately, right?
No joke.
Yeah. And then because with fiber, it's kind of pitched on, hey, like you can still sell for Vivint, you can still go sell for Aptiv, all these other like pest control companies and alarm companies in the summer. But in the off season, when you're doing nothing, come sell fiber for me. Like just an off season thing. And that's how we've done it. It's just a total, from the months of September all the way till March, we just have you guys selling fiber, like 1 week on, 2 weeks off, or 3 weeks off. And then back in the summer, you go to your respected company. And so that's why fiber's been easy to recruit. Now, pest control in the summer, that's a little harder. But that's kind of what we're doing with the recruiting side right now and getting reps and stuff.
Yeah. What would you say? So what would you say is your biggest challenge in recruiting?
I've never had a challenge unless I don't have a clear vision. If I have a clear vision on what I want to do, where I want to go, I can go recruit most people that I want to. Now, of course, I won't go to like someone like you, dude, like you own a company and all these things, or you're part of the company. You go for people that you think will fit your vision, right? I'm looking for guys that are just getting started in sales, that are exploring door to door, that want to make their first $100,000. That's who I'm looking for. Right. And when I can actually have a good vision and they can see my vision,
boom,
it's easy.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a clear vision, you're like, yeah, I only have 2 more years in door to door. I'm probably done after that, or 1 more year, right? Then you probably can't convince too many people to come out with you, bro. You know, it's like that's kind of my thing is when I have a vision, nothing's hard.
Yeah. What door to like I want to bounce on that because you said if you're gonna have 2 years left in door to door. Is door to door something that you plan on doing the rest of your life, or is it something like a short term goal for you?
Yeah, I've been really transparent with the people on my team and everything, and right now it's looking like I will explore other options here in the next year or two, but right now I'm super committed to like these next 2 years of making as much money as possible. And then we do like have a auto brokerage side that we're going to try to expand to. And that's been an interesting take, but I'm going to go all in for 2 years and then kind of reevaluate. I know some people like, I'm a big mentor guy. Like I'm big on like I have mentors I've never met before either. Like that's like I think should be a very common thing. Like the Casey Baws of the world, he's probably like the door to door GOAT just with what he's done in the space. And then like people like Tony Robbins. Dude, I read their books, man. And they talk about you should have 2 to 5 year plans, and then you readjust it every 2 to 5 years. And I'm about ready to have another adjustment. We'll kind of see where these next 2 years take me, but right now it's just gonna be kind of go all in and make as much money as I can.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That what made you start this company?
More money.
More money?
Yeah. I like to. I was just like I loved like no bad experiences at my former company, loved them all, great stuff, but like just the money talks.
But you're kind of
the money 100%. Talks, right? And so that's what I'm doing. I found some really just these marketing deals that we've been given and they're awesome and working around, and I was only able to work this. only able to work with just one company at that time, and they were really protective of me. And if I did something I wasn't supposed to, I could get in trouble.
That's what I was going to say. So pretty much what you did is you worked for one company in a specific industry, and then you started your own company, right? Mm-hmm. And this is kind of like a subcontractor of different reps.
Literally, yeah. It's just like, yeah. Have you heard of grit marketing before?
I've seen like a little bit of it, but I don't really know too much.
I'm doing their model just at a lower scale, and we sell more than pest control. Yeah, we just go find a company that will give us the best offer, that we like their service and we like them as a company. They'll like take good care of us and they take good care of the customers. We'll go with that company.
Yeah. How answer this. How what is it has to be challenging, right? From going, if you're trying to sell two different products and different companies, right? How are you able to change your pitch like that?
Dude, I still haven't figured it out all the way. Like, I'm a pest control guy just at heart, just because that's what I was taught. I can go out and sell pest control all day long, but the fiber internet, luckily it's easy. Mm-hmm. Like, it really is easy, because all the trigger words that customers hear, like the installation fees, those are like, there's no installation fees in fiber. There's no contract. There's nothing, right? And so that makes it really easier to sell when I go to someone's door and say, hey, I want to cut your Wi-Fi bill in half. I want to give you faster internet, no contract, no installation fee, and you can cancel whenever. Oh, the first 3 months are free too. So that's easy to sell, luckily. But like, I went and tried to sell like solar or even windows when I first started. Like, you have to actually like grind it, and like there's a time where the slap in the nose phase or the kick in the mouth phase, where for 3 weeks you don't know what you're doing, and you're probably not getting paid much. But if you like really believe in it, you have some good leaders, like you'll get, like, it'll pay off eventually. You'll start making the good money. But like, you just, no such thing as an overnight success in this job. They're just not.
And any door to door, right? You said at the beginning, right? You got to learn two skills, and that's sales and rejection. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in door to door sales, you get a lot more rejection than you do sales, but the sales just pay so good.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's kind of what I tell all my guys. I'm like, hey, like, you're only, out of all the people you talk to, you'll, like, if you're good, you'll sell 5% of the people you talk to. If you're like really good, if you're average, you'll sell like 2 to 3%. Yeah. Like, that's just, when you put into that view, you're like, dude, holy cow.
I'll put it in the,
it's just,
what I preach in my office, I kind of put it in the reference of an MLB baseball player, right? You got, a guy that bats 300. Well, guess what? He's getting in the fame.
I'm going to say everyone's loving him.
Yeah, everybody's loving him. He's getting in the Hall of Fame. You got somebody that bats 200, which really is not that big of a difference, right?
Right.
But guess what? He's at the back of the order. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody 300, you're in the front. And that little bit of, it seems so far away, but a top producer in the door-to-door space is only a little bitty gap. Right? It's just, like you said, that extra 2%, right? That's what makes the people the greats. And you got to focus on that. You can't focus on the other 95%. Focus on the 2 or 3% that you can try to convert, and that's going to bring you into that 1% level.
100%. That's value right there. 100%. Yeah. It's like I tell my guys, you walk into a neighborhood, there's 200 homes. Realistically, there are probably 10 people in that neighborhood, maybe 15, that you can sell. Yep. Now, your job is to make sure that you catch them at the right time, so they're home, right? That you talk to these people, that you push through these objections, and that you actually meet their needs and you listen to them, right? Mm-hmm. That's hard to do. And so the only way to do that is to focus on your inputs, right? A lot of us sales reps are output oriented. We're like, I want the sale. I just want to get 10 sales. You just think about all the money, but it's like, no, dude, are you knocking the schedule? Are you out there 30 minutes early? Are you pushing back or are you pushing past 3 hard no's? Mm-hmm. Are you checking for signs of life when you're knocking on the door? Oh, does this person look home? Yes. Okay, knock the door. No, they don't. So don't waste your time. Mm-hmm. Right? Are you segueing or are you walking? Right? You should segue. You're going to knock a ton more doors. Yep. Right? It's all those little things that you can change to your advantage. Like, that's when you sell the 5%. Because it's like you said, the skill in this job is just listening. There's no like master. Words confuse people. The more you talk, the more you lie, and the more you confuse people. Yeah. So just talk less and work harder.
Less is more.
100%.
I preach it in my office. Less is more, right? If you're constantly like, yeah, dude, my name is really Dakota, you know, and you keep going on, and I keep trying to tell you why I got named Dakota, it's going to be like, you know, you're going to start red flags, right? Dude, less is more. Right? Yeah, exactly. Start questioning like, is your name really Dakota, bro? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Doing weird shit. But a lot of people, they think they have to go out there and really explain everything. No, dude. Right? Stick to the basics, keep it simple, and people will trust you, right? Transparency is key.
100%, man. 100%.
So, well, cool deal, bro. Well, hey, it was a pleasure jumping on.
It was a pleasure, man. This was super fun. I'm happy to get out here and meet you guys. It seems like you guys got a super cool culture out there. Yeah, dude. That's awesome.
And I'll tell you, just like I tell everybody else that comes on the podcast, man, this is networking. You know what I mean? We all got the same vision of being successful, being, you know, financially free, and it's just a matter of who wants to join in with us.
Exactly, 100%.
You know, we're going regardless. So
see you at the top, right?
Yeah, see you at the top. Well, cool deal. Is there as far as like Instagram, anything like that? Can people follow you?
Yeah, we'll have
marketing
to
company.
We actually don't have our Instagram up and running quite yet. I mean, we have the tag. We just don't post anything.
Right.
But my Instagram is Landon_Topham.
Yeah.
Give me a follow. Shoot me a message if you have any questions or anything. Yeah.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude. Appreciate this. This is super cool.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Yes,
I know. What time did you land last night?
Not too late, luckily. It was only like 9:30 or 9ish, something like that.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
When you flying out?
Tomorrow morning. So I got one more night here.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Well, enjoy your night in Austin, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure. And like I said, if you ever need anything from myself or even Garrett, I know he's not here, but he'd love to talk to you as well, too.
Right, that would have been fun. But
heck yeah, bro. We appreciate it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, share the post. So we love all our supporters, and thank you for everything.